guys, Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. Welcome to Suck Less Saturday. Hopefully today we're going to succeed more. I've been sick for a while and I haven't been able to shoot for almost 2 weeks. So I had the flu and my energy's not 100%, but I wanted to get some practice in. So I thought we'd make a quick video of something I can do as an accountability practice. I'm not going to be able to push or improve myself today, but I am going to be able to maintain my skill. And most importantly, I'm also going to maintain my self-image of how I shoot by doing some basic work.
Today's video is brought to us by Barrel Block. Barrel Block is an excellent dry fire training aid that we've used for years and recommend. It provides an easy-to-see indicator that your firearm is empty and safe for dry practice. It comes in all service calibers and can be installed and removed in seconds without disassembling your gun. It's an inexpensive, easy way to give more margin for safety, so go pick one up today.
What I have is 5 different size targets on this target over here. I'm going to fire 3 shots at each of the sizes. I'm going to start with the smallest one first. If you tend to be an accuracy first shooter, usually you're more accountable with smaller targets. You shoot at a higher level with those than with larger targets. So what I'm going to do is start with the hard ones and make sure that I'm on and I'm following exactly the process of seeing the methodology of shooting. That means watching the dot rise from the center of the target. Some of these are pretty close, so there'll be a little bit of offset, seeing it rise from the right place and return. As long as I see that and they're all within the target, I'll move on to the next. If they're not, I'll spend a couple extra rounds and hold myself accountable for it. So 5 different targets. If I do it right, it'll be 3 each. It'll be 15. It'll be 1 magazine. If not, I'll do a reload in the middle and work on it. I'm going to talk you through what I'm thinking and seeing as it happens, which makes it incredibly difficult to shoot at a high level, but we'll see if we can do both at the same time. All right, guys, so I'm shooting a 1-inch square right now. All right, I'm at 3 yards, so I have to hold slightly above the square. All right, so with a 1-inch square, I'm going to hold about slightly an inch above it at 3 yards and fire 3 shots. I can feel a little bit of that rust because I'm way past the 72-hour rule, which means I start losing my ability after 72 hours. So I'm 4 or 5 times past that pretty easily. So let's go to the 2-inch circle now. All right. Should hear a different pace though because I have more room for error. Feels good. Everything went right where I wanted it to. The pace picked up. So now I'm going to roughly a 4-inch circle. All right. So it should be twice the pace of the last one. As long as it's in the circle, it's all good. All 3 struck the circle. So now I've got a roughly 6-inch circle I'm going to work on. Should see a real difference in pace though. So you can tell that pace was real good and set. And now I'm on the middle of an USPSA Alpha. So this should be my fastest pace of shooting. If I wanted to keep recency, the rule is 72 hours. I need to have practice in every 72-hour cycle, so I've definitely violated that, but I have a pretty big reservoir of skill. All right, so you can see on these, all 3 struck inside of the square, started off well. Then I went to the number 1, real good pattern in the center of that. I went to the number 10, a little looser, but a much better pace for that. Really the same pattern here. Maybe I could have shot a little faster, and then the 4 rounds in USPSA were there. So I'm accountable to my consistency now. I'm practicing my pace relative to the size of the context of the target. All right, and that's really important. I could shoot everything with this amount of precision, but it doesn't require me to do that. It's going to allow a bit more error. And I want to make sure not only is my accuracy good, but my methodology of tracking the dot or the front sight gives me the fundamentals of constantly returning to precision, which allows me to relax and predict where it's going to go. All right. I think it's a great drill for 15 rounds. At least I know my skill has not rusted away completely. I don't have the energy for working on draw strokes and stuff like that, so I actually got that in. And this is something roughly that could be practiced almost anywhere. You're not going to be able to practice some of these paces at that, but practice different sized targets with different pacing, and then watch the dot return or the front sight return each time and see if that improves what you're doing. I'm excited to do this on Saturdays. Neil and I have traded. He lives in a place that's cold and I don't. So I'll be bringing you these lessons and hopefully we can work through some of this. I'm excited to work with you guys. I know some of you guys will watch me on Manus Dry Fire Mondays. So we'll be bringing this sort of content to you. We'll be talking about how to improve your performance on an each week basis. And my byline is measure, refine, and perform. So we'll be doing a lot of that. I hope that helps you guys, and I hope you see a big progress in it. All right, I'm Brian Hill with The Complete Combatant. This is Active Cell Protection Extra. Make sure you hit the like or subscribe button. And as always, guys, measure, refine, and perform.